Okay, they actually have 11 billion in cash. They have 3.6 billion in equipment. And again, I want you to spend a lot of time thinking about property, plant, and equipment because it's the soul of business. Again, imagine Andrew Carnegie teleporting from the late 1800s, and he's got a cane and a monocle, and he says, "What businesses do you have in this era, this wild era?" And we say, "Well, there's a software company." And he says, "Yes, well, I was once a big businessman in my era. Tell me about this softwares." "Yes, Mr. Carnegie, your legendary reputation precedes you. You gave us Carnegie Mellon. You gave us Carnegie Hall. Let us tell you, he actually built a lot of the libraries in America." And so he says, sorry, I see the automation question. I want to answer that, but I think I also want to tell my Carnegie story. So he says, Carnegie. So Mr. Carnegie says, so we say, "Mr. Carnegie, we have a company called Microsoft and Google, and they're software companies." He said, "Yes, yes. Now, what is softwares?" He says, "Well, you wouldn't understand it because it involves computers, and those are machines." And he says, "Yes, well, okay, well, let's try this. Tell me, what is the capital of the company?" "What do you mean by capital, Mr. Carnegie?" "I mean the equipment, the plant. How much is the plant worth?" "Mr. Carnegie, there is no plant." He says, "What? How is this possible? Where do the men work?" I say, "Oh, the men work, well, it's men and women now these days, Mr. Carnegie, but they work in this building." He says, "Very good. I shall inspect this building, but where is the plant? Where are the things that are made?" "Mr. Carnegie, there's not really a thing that's made." He's like, "I see. So they are producing, say, a book. Like a book." "Yeah, you can think of it like a book. Correct." "And anybody can copy this book." "Yes, Mr. Carnegie, that's right." "Why are people paying for the book?" "I don't know. I don't know." And that's kind of the idea there. So Applied Materials has these. Exactly. Why isn't everything covered in soot? Why isn't there any child labor here? Andrew Carnegie was possibly the best businessman of all time. And you can read about him if you'd like. Yeah, can you imagine explaining working from home? Here's the Carnegie biography. He was a beast. Carnegie Steel. Grew up poor as hell. Came to America and went absolutely ham. He's got a little autobiography. I'd take a read. In 1849, Carnegie became a telegraph messenger boy in the Ohio Telegraph Company, making $94 a week. And he busted his ass. He was promoted to an operator. He used the library as a young man to gain alpha, and then he became look at this Chad. Look at this guy. No homo. Is a very handsome young lad right there. Beast. And he ended up creating more libraries than anybody ever. He's 18 years old. He became a telegraph operator. At the Pennsylvania Railroad. And then he became the superintendent. He invested $500 in a messenger company. They placed a mortgage on their house. He kept slowly accumulating capital. And this was the big deal when he did the deal with Pullman. But yeah, he quit railroads to do steel. I propose to take an income no greater than $50,000 per annum. Beyond this, I need ever earn, make no effort to increase my fortune, but spend the surplus each year for benevolent purposes. He had to deal with tariffs. He lobbied for tariffs. He had beef with his coworker Henry Clay Frick. Frick was another figure of this industrialist era. Charles M. Schwab, no relation to Charles R. Schwab. They created a company called U.S. Steel, the first company ever with a $1 billion market cap. There's Carnegie, he was Scottish, so they got him in the kilt. Giving out $100 million given for the public good. Pretty cool. 1903 cartoon. $3,000 public libraries. About as based as it gets. Carnegie Mellon University. And so forth. When we're back, we're going to talk about applied materials, and I will be back just in less than a minute. Maybe 2 minutes?